Hello Starlets, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel where we're bringing a little bit of glamour to everyday life. I'm barefaced right now so we can test foundation dupes. I'm actually going to see if I can find a dupe for the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. And it seems to be a popular opinion online that a dupe for it is the Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush Effect Foundation. So I'm gonna do one on one side of my face, one on the other side of my face, and we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison. So if you wanna know if I found a dupe for the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation, then be sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to see the final result. Alright, I'm gonna start with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I'm in the shade 115 R230. Beautiful name. Like that this has a pump. I actually did review this, I believe, in my medium coverage foundation video. I think I just got too much because I forgot that I was only doing half of my face. But anyway, it's not my favorite. I feel like it's a bit overhyped. Yeah, this is way too much. Way too much, but you know what I mean. My biggest issue with it is that it doesn't have enough coverage. My skin gets red and I need me some coverage. I'm actually gonna blend it in with, because my favorite foundation brush is dirty, I'm gonna use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush because it's like my second favorite foundation brush. So anyway, I reviewed this in my medium coverage foundation video. I don't know, I'm not in love with it. I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it. For some reason, this shade match does not look as good as I thought it would. Seeing it on one half of my face makes it really obvious. This is not the best shade match for me. Okay, well there's that. But I do know a lot of people love this foundation, so I wanted to see if I could test out this supposed dupe for those of you that do love this foundation and want to see if you can find a more affordable option. Forgot to mention, I did prime my face. I'm trying out a new primer, but I used the primer all over my whole face. Trying the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer, which I got a sample of at Gen Beauty. So I have that all over my face. I forgot to mention that earlier. Okay, now on, really weird. Now on this side of the face, I'm gonna use the Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush Effect. Basically, when I went to do my Kylie Jenner Snapchat makeup tutorial using all drugstore products, which I'll link that video to this one, but she uses the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. She mixes it in with some other things, but I wanted to see if I could find drugstore dupes for all the products she used, and the one that kept coming up, it was controversial, but it kept coming up online, was the Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush Effect. I got the shade 001 Ivory. This is a pump, which is a really big deal for a drugstore product. And right off the bat, again, I got too much because I keep forgetting that I'm doing half of my face. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say, let's see if I can waste a little bit more product. I would say the Ultra HD is, okay, this is the Revlon, this is the Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever is thinner and runnier than the Revlon. Just gonna put that out there. And the shades are not an exact match to each other, but they were the closest that I could get. And I am putting on too much product, but at least I'm even and putting too much product on both sides. Okay, I don't think the Revlon side is blending in quite as easily, but I'm gonna go over everything with the Beauty Blender anyway. Just on first impression, I do think that the Forever HD side blended a little bit better. This is just with a makeup brush, and you can clearly see the difference in shade. I'm gonna go over it. I'm gonna try to just have one side of the Beauty Blender be this side, the other side. So I'm trying not to have any overlap. We're gonna try to be as scientific as possible. I do feel like they both blended out pretty evenly. I feel like the Ultra HD side is giving me a little bit more of a natural finish. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more because my cheeks are like really red right now. And I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more just where I'm red, just to be, I don't know, so it's a little less distracting. Like, I feel like this side is more natural. Like the Makeup Forever side is more natural. The Revlon side, I think, is giving me a little bit better coverage, but it's a little less of a skin-like finish. See, it's a little bit more natural, but I don't have as much coverage. Like, you can still see some of the redness coming through. This side is giving me better coverage, but I feel like up close it's not quite as natural a finish. But I'm actually going to test this foundation, or these foundations, throughout the day. So I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on. I am gonna set it a little bit with my RCMA No Color Powder, once I get more of my makeup on, set it, and then I'm gonna check in with you guys a little bit later and just kind of see how these held up and if there's any differences or similarities in them. So I will check in with you later this evening. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so I put on the rest of my makeup and I wanted to give you a little foundation update. I felt like when I powdered, the powder didn't go on as smoothly as I feel like it usually does over my foundations. I've used this powder before over a lot of different foundations and it usually goes on really smoothly. It didn't today, but on either side. I do feel like it got, I guess it's really hard to tell close up, but I feel like it got a little bit clumpy on this side. It's patchy on this side too. I feel like it's a little bit more patchy on this side, but this side feels like it's much more coverage. So looking at it in the camera, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this side does look more flawless, I feel like, on camera. This side is not giving me as much coverage. This side of my face was redder to start with, but this is also a lot more money, so it should do a better job. I don't know. I'm gonna check in at the end of the day and we're gonna see, but I don't know. Hey guys, so it's the end of the day and let's take a look at how the foundation held up. When I powdered it, I think I mentioned earlier, when I powdered it, I didn't really like the way powder went on either side, but it was a little bit clumpier on this side. I feel like the more I was like looking at myself in the mirror and I'd like walk by a mirror or something like that. Again, I feel like this side had better coverage, but it didn't look as natural and as skin-like as this side. This side looks a little bit more natural, but yet the coverage isn't quite as good. I mean, they both rubbed off on my nose, but my nose has been running a lot, so I'm not a fan of either foundation. I don't think it's a direct dupe, although I asked my mother, she could not tell the difference, that I had something different on either side of my face. I don't think either one is my favorite foundation, personally. Honestly, I would pick my Too Faced Born This Way over either one of them. Do I think it's an exact dupe? No. Do I think it's as good? I mean, I guess that depends on if you want more coverage or not. So I'm gonna have to say this isn't a dupe. It's close, but not an exact dupe. And I'm really not in love with either one. But if you're really in love with the Ultra HD, I don't really think that you're gonna be in love with the Revlon. So I'm gonna say it's not a dupe, close, but no cigar. So that's my synopsis. If you've tried either of these foundations or both or anything, or if you have any products you want me to find a dupe for, please let me know. Leave them in the comment section below. I love to hear from you. Actually, a while back, I suffered from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that beauty and makeup saved my life, and I really believe that it can save yours too. So if you want to join my Starlet squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up, and be sure you follow me on all my social media channels. They'll be listed in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.